I'm Owen Smith. I'm Andrew Johnson. And this is how to BRI flip. Okay, so first off, we'd like to say that we're kind of very beginner BRI flippers. He learned it like, what, 2-3 weeks ago? And I just learned them yesterday, but we thought now would be a good time to kind of show you how to BRI flip because we're not really that familiar with the trick and we're like pretty fresh off learning them, so we can kind of walk through the process of learning them. And first, motion.
Okay, so you want to start by kicking your foot out like this. That's how you get it swinging around, and then when you kick it up, you turn your bar sideways like this. I'm sure a lot of you already know the motion, but the problem is you can't really get it on a ramp. But if you don't know the motion, it's kick it around, turn your handlebar sideways, and then just bring it over your head like this. Or like...
We're both regular riders, first off.
Yeah, so if you're goofy, you just like do it the other way, but
yeah.
I can't do that. So that's the motion. This is a BRI. A lot of you probably know how to do the motion, so what you got to do is get that motion down so you can just go like this over and over before you try to do it on a ramp. So what you're going to do is learn it. I think it's probably easier to learn it air.
Yeah.
So, because we tried both. I started by trying to do fly-out, and I got nowhere close. So I think that I'd recommend the best place to learn it is air on a quarter.
Yeah.
Probably a 5 foot or more, because if it's like... If it's like a 4 or 3, it's going to be too low. You have to air like high, and it might be pretty scary to do, so I'd recommend like a 5 or taller quarter pipe.
And also with the motion, like, there's kind of a continuum. Like, you untwist your hands like that, or like Owen was doing, he does it like this, and then I do mine. I don't really twist my hands, do that untwist motion at the end. I just kind of go like that. Just do, honestly, like, I was trying to replicate his BRI flips because he learned them before me. Never worked. You just gotta do what feels right for you, like how you're gonna go up the ramp and just huck a BRI.
Just try
like,
to...
Whatever happens, that's how you're gonna land it. So don't try to, like, change your form unless it's, like, really not working. Just try to, like, modify your form, I'd say. Don't, like, try to completely switch to doing it like this if you're already doing it more like that.
Yeah, so just go up to a ramp, just try it. Just go up and like, okay, I'm gonna try a BRI, and you maybe go like this or whatever. You don't even get close to landing it, but that's how you're gonna wanna learn it. Whatever you start as, that's how you're gonna land it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna show you how you're gonna be able to land it faster and like get over the fear of putting your stupid feet on it.
Yeah, we're gonna start with air on our 5 foot quarter here, just because I think that's the easiest. And trust me, I was sketched out about doing high airs. You don't have to do a high air. And it's so different from doing like a bar air or a whip air. You don't really have to go high.
You mostly flat.
Yeah, you pretty much land in the flat. It's like, you really just gotta commit. It's not that scary. Once you just get going, you just have to kind of blast it at the ramp and huck it. Okay, so probably the first thing that you're gonna do when you hit the ramp is you're gonna be going really slow, and you're gonna do something like this. Maybe just like, I know that's what I started doing, but honestly what I'd recommend is doing kind of like a running man BRI, like go kind of fast, and then just like that.
Yeah.
Kind of helped me like get the feel for landing it and what would happen when I actually kind of hucked it. Then you just gotta kind of just send it. Owen's gonna say a little bit about actually committing to it.
Okay, so pretty much what you do, you just gotta, after you do the running man thing, you gotta just kind of go up to the ramp and like send it, do the best you can, and then if you just do it over and over again, you're gonna get closer, but eventually, like, you just gotta get the motion. Once it's up there, just pull it down hard under your feet. Don't get it stuck in your shirt, because, yeah, that makes you die. That happens a lot. So, no, but just keep trying the motion, and you'll eventually get it, like, at least around. So once you can get it pretty much around, and you're, like, running on the ramp with the scooter like this. So, here. A lot of times you'll have something like this, and you'll land one foot on it with the back foot out.
Or you'll even do that more extreme like this. Like that.
Okay, so once you're getting at least like around to about here before you land, like even if you're landing like this, both feet off, I'm gonna give you some tips on how to actually like get it around and land it. So the first thing, this is when I kind of realized that I could do it, is pull your legs up. Because I used to like have my legs just straight as a stick, and then I would land like up here with my feet.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is in the air, pull your legs up, That'll give you more air time and you can get the BRI down closer to the thing. That'll just give you more confidence and stuff. And then the second thing, once you're landing like 1 foot on it, you want to lean away from the ramp. So instead of going up and like leaning back like this is kind of the hard part to commit to, but you want to go up, push off of the ramp and lean like into it. So kind of lean out of the ramp as you pull the BRI. So lean like this. And then, so once you land, instead of landing like this with your foot back, you'll land forward, and it'll be easier for you to put your both feet on.
Also, if you lean
because you'll
back
be
too
right
far,
over the deck.
If you lean back too far, you can land like this, and you'll just slide out, which doesn't hurt that bad, but you don't land the trick, so that's kind of not cool.
Even if you are leaned back, just eventually try to pull your feet up as high as you can. Get like pretty high on the quarter. You want to be able to air probably above coping on the quarter that you're going to jump on, but
you don't have to be super confident airing it. I've got more confident after I learned BRIs.
The like probably optimal speed you want to have is getting like somewhere near the top, probably like here to take off. So you can watch. I'll try to land one right now.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a 5-foot quarter. We're gonna move on to other quarters. Show you how you do it there.
Okay, so this is a 6-foot quarter pipe. If you guys aren't learning it on the 5, you might want to try a higher quarter. Some people might want to do it on bigger quarters or smaller quarters. It depends, but for the 6-foot quarter, it just gives you an extra foot. Maybe you don't have to worry about going so high and so close to the coping. So if you're scared of airing high, you might want to try it on a bigger quarter. So one more tip for how, if you're still not getting it around, maybe another tip, I kind of forgot to say this, but when it's up here like this, when it's up above your head, instead of worrying about like swinging it around in a big arc, just pull straight down. And once you're up, like in the middle, pull your legs up and then just pull the deck straight down. And God, don't wear a shirt. It just ruins your life. But pull straight down, because once you have the momentum of the deck swinging, you can pull straight down and it'll go around with it. So you don't have to worry about arcing it out. Just pull down hard.
Spot your deck. Like really, what starts making you land it is if you go up in the air and just look at it, and then your feet will go to it. You can go higher like this. Okay, so you can also do it on a 4-foot quarter if you're kind of sketched out by the high ramp, although I wouldn't recommend it, it's kind of difficult. Yeah, the last ramp we're going to do it on is a 4-foot quarter. We're not going to talk very much about this. It's pretty straightforward. You just have to go a lot faster at this ramp. We have this bank quarter thing on the other side that we pretty much, it's like a 6-foot quarter, pretty much, so we can just get speed on that and then send it. Otherwise, you could jump into a 4-foot quarter on the other side if you have a half. There we go. I actually I don't have much to say about landing this because it was kind of all a blur for me. I got super hyped after I landed my one on the 5 and just started landing it at like every quarter pipe.
Yeah, it took me a lot longer to land it on the 4, so I wouldn't recommend doing it on a smaller ramp because you just have to go higher out of the coping, and it's probably scarier for someone who's learning, so I'd recommend a higher quarter.
Oh, sketch.
So for BRIing a hip, I don't really recommend doing it again unless you've learned to air, because I feel like learning to air is the easiest, but if you want to try it on a hip, it's a little bit different because you're not really 180ing, you're more of like not even a 90, it's like less than a 90, so you kind of do the straight BRI more and maybe turn a little bit so you can kind of bring it like this, but you just kind of come off the ramp, do the straight BRI, and then land in the flat or like a little bit up the ramp. So don't recommend it unless you know air, but you know you can give it a go.
Okay, for flyout, would highly, highly discourage you doing this first, unless you try it and you're super, super close. It's a very weird motion because you kind of have to toss it sideways. It's really weird, and it's quite difficult. And once you learn it flyout, it's going to be hard for you to do it other places because the motion is pretty different. So we would not recommend learning this first. Also, I always wanted to kind of know this when I was learning BRIs. Like, when should you start trying BRIs? When is it like when are you, quote, good enough to do a BRI? I'd say, like, it's around, like, you could learn it anywhere from after you've learned, like, finger whips or double whips or triple whips, all the way, like, and then that's pretty much, like, if you can't, like, double whip, probably wouldn't recommend trying it. Finger whips, I learned finger whips before BRIs, although I like BRIs so much more, I can land them so much more consistently. Still takes me, like, 30 tries to do a finger whip. I can land a BRI in, like, 5.
So I thought, when I was first trying to land BRIs, I thought I would learn them fly out, because I was like, oh, I'm scared of doing air, so I'm just going to do it fly out, and it's so much easier, but it's not. So if you're thinking of learning it fly out, I don't recommend it. It's a lot harder. I just barely learned it, and I've gotten really pretty consistent on quarters, and I still can almost never land it fly out. So it's much harder. I definitely recommend learning it air, because fly out seems easier, but it's a lot harder.
There you go. You can see the motion is really weird.
Yeah, so for anyone who's thinking of learning BRIs and you do all your tricks fly out and you think it's going to be much easier, don't. Learn it air. I know from experience, I thought it would be easier to do a fly out, but it's not.
I'm going to try it up the step up.
Bro, first try. No, you didn't.
Sketchy.
What?
Okay, this is also not advised.
What?
And our step up sucks.
What the fuck? Dude, there's no way. There we go.
Okay, that marks the end of this one. Thanks for wait. Thank you to Owen for letting me use his camera. This is about to run out of batteries. Mine broke.
Cool.
Check out video up there.
Hopefully it helped you learn to BRI.
Yeah, hopefully it helped.
We're beginners. We think maybe sharing some of the stuff that helped us learn BRIs will make you, or like help you learn it. So if this helped, drop a like and I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
that marks the end of this one. See you next time.